That's a hazard.
Yeah. Fix that later. We're gonna flip the laptop. Okay, and under Canvas, how are we supposed to paste the link exactly?
This is to paste. Alright, so this is what she says about the link. Paste this YouTube. So when you go add it,
Did you unplug this? Oh, there we go.
let me pull up my email because she has the.
Leave hers. Arabic, YouTube.
So
How did it look like? This is it. At week 7. What does it look like? Arabic. Where's the discussion video? Disc video like that.
The video.
There we go. Video. And it's a link. Okay. So create a module. Week 7.
Is that the YouTube link?
I'll tell you right now.
I think it's just that code that we need, right?
Sure. Oh, come on. One more time.
I think you're logged out.
We're logged out, huh?
Yeah.
How did I make a module then?
You just might want to log back into Canvas.
Hold on, let's try one more time. You have administrator privilege?
Yeah, I have TA.
TA privilege. Let's try that.
Courses.
Weird that it made.
Yeah, so let's just pencil it. There we go.
Just needs a name.
And need to make it live first, right?
No, it's live.
It's live?
Join the video call. Yeah.
I just need screen share. Next.
This one?
Yeah, screen share. And just do the whole thing.
There you go.
Let me pull up my document.
Any issues, just text me and show.
Okay.
Can we do the more visual? Some of the students asked for that. We need to, need to document them.
Okay.
Give them to me. Let me see when she comes in. Have her document the grades.
Alright, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sorry about the little delay there. Inshallah, we'll start with exercise 5.4. But before we begin chapter 5, let's review some vocabulary. What does raja'a mean? Return, right? What prepositions do you use raja'a with? Ila and min. Good. So it means return. How do we say go? Dhahaba. And what do you dhahaba with? Ila. Very good. How do you say enter? Dakhala. How do you say to find something? Or he found something? Wajada. Good. Seems like you guys are forgetting, or you guys are remembering your vocabulary. Are you guys making flashcards? Is it helping? Have any of you guys made flashcards? Is it helping you? Yeah? Okay. Alright, so wajada, find something. How do you say to sit down? Jalasa, like someone who sat down. What about leaving, exiting? Kharaja. And what do you use kharaja with? Min. Kharaja, min. Right? If I left the house, kharajtu min al-bayti. Right? Use min. What about create? Khalaqa. Hearing something. Sami'a, that's the verb. Okay, good. What does ghani mean? Rich. Okay, good. How do you say poor? Faqir. Good. I noticed on the exams a lot of people either didn't study this vocabulary or they forgot it and they mixed it up with gharib. But stick with faqir, okay? Gharib is in Urdu. Okay? So faqir means poor. Alright. And then here are the proper nouns that we're supposed to know. Arisa. Arisa is always going to be Arisa. It's not going to change. Okay? Whether it is the object, the subject, it's not going to change the form. Okay? Because there's a ya maqsura there. Alif maqsura there. Aisha too. Is Aisha. Ibrahim. Remember how to write Ibrahim. It's going to have the alif. It's going to have the hamza on the bottom. The ba, ra, alif again, ha, ya, meen. This is a common mistake in writing that I noticed. Okay, good. Let's move on forward. How do you say where? Where? Like, for example, where is the pen? Aina. Good. And to, how do you say to? If I was going to the mosque? Ila. Okay. How do you say today? Al-yawma. And then yesterday? Amsi or bil amsi, whichever you choose. Okay? All right, let's go to exercise 5.4. And look at your own answers before you look at what I've put up there. And just compare it. If you have any mistakes, if you're confused, raise your hand and let me know. So translate the following into Arabic, making sure to write out all of the vowels and signs. So number 1, the disbeliever did not hear Allah. So how are we going to say that? How are we going to write that? Is it going to be Allah, Allahi, Allahu? Allah, right? Because it's the maf'ul over here. So ma sami'at al-kafiratu. So the disbeliever did not hear Allah. So ma sami'atil kafiratu. You guys remember the sukun rule, right? When there's the 2 sukuns in a row, one of the first one's going to take the kasra in this case. So ma sami'at becomes ma sami'ati, and it's going to connect to al-kafir, al-kafira. So ma sami'atil kafiratu Allah. Any questions on that? Okay. There's a fatha on Allah. On the ha. Yeah, there's a fatha on the ha. Okay, good. Number 2. The earth did not create a person. How are we going to say that? How are we going to write that down? Insanan. Good. So it's going to be khalaqat again because the word ard is what? Is feminine word. So it's going to be with the ta. Khalaqat. Ma khalaqatil ardu. Over here, al-ard is the doer. So that's why it's taking a dhamma. Okay? So ma khalaqatil ardu insanan. Insan is the maf'ul. So that's why it has the fathatain on it. Yes, insanan. Because it does not say the earth did not create the person, it says create a person. If it said the person, then it would be al-insana. But since it's indefinite, we're using tanween. And when you use a tanween with 2 fathas, then that's why the alif is there. Okay, that's why we're writing insanan, is because there's a fathatain on it, and whenever we put a fathatain, we put an alif on that word as well. Yes? Okay, so yeah, like I mentioned in number 1, it's because of the sukun rule. So for example, we had ma khalaqat al-ardu, right? For ease of saying and for ease of writing and for the flow of it, we put a kasra on the ta. That rule forms when there's 2 sukuns. So if it was ma khalaqat al-ardu, right? Both have sukuns there. There's a sukun on the ta, right? But you can't connect ma khalaqat al-ardu. I mean, you're supposed to connect ma khalaqat al-ardu. It becomes ma khalaqatil ardu. Most words. Yeah. So you'll see. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Okay, you'll get what I'm talking about. So number 3, Maryam did not enter the mosque. So we can't say ma dakhalat tim Maryamu, right? Brother, we can't say ma dakhalat tim Maryamu, right? So that's why we keep the ma dakhalat. Over there, the sukoon is preserved there. It stays there. Because it's not an alif lam on Maryam. You know what I mean? Okay, I hope that's clear. Anybody else have a confusion on that? Assalamu alaikum. So it's going to be ma dakhalat Maryamu Maryamul masjida. It's going to be number 3. Yes? That's the rule, is that you put a kasra on the ta. Because if you go ma khalaqatul ardu, that's incorrect. It has to be ma khalaqatil ardu. The earth did not create. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. If there is reasoning behind it, I'm not aware of it. You want to ask Imam Mustafa about the reasoning, if there is reasoning behind it. Alright, so number 3, Maryam did not enter the mosque. ما دخلت مريم المسجد. Which is the maf'ul here? Which is the object? Masjid. So that's why it's taking a fatha. Fil masjida? Ma dakhalat. No, dakhala you don't have to use fi. If you look at example 2, if you go back in your packet, look at example 2. Right? Right after exercise 5.1, dakhalat Maryamul masjida. Right? And it would never be fil masjida, it would be fil masjidi, because fi is harf jar. Okay? It's going to make the word have a kasra. So number 4, Fatima did not leave the city. How are we going to say that? Masjid? Okay. So over here, ma kharajat. So kharaja you have to use min, right? We know that kharaja is min or ila. So ma kharajat Fatimatu min al-madinati. So Fatima is the doer here of the verb, so that's why the word Fatima has a dhamma on it. Min is harf jar, so that's why al-Madina has a kasra on it. Any questions on that? No. Well, min is the preposition to make the word majroor. So if you put min, any word that comes after min, most words, almost all words, the ending is going to have either a kasra or kasratain. Same thing with ila, an, ala. These are all huruf jar. So if there was no min, which that's a complete hypothetical situation, right? So if you look at the example before it, number 3, ما دخلت مريم المسجد. It will just be al-masjida. Alright? Let's go to number 5. Ibrahim did not find the messenger in the garden. How are we going to say that? Yeah, you can use fil hadiqa fil jannah, which actually probably fil hadiqa is better, but let me see, hold on. Is hadiqa introduced in this chapter? Or is it in chapter 6? Yeah, so for right now, let's use Jannah. But if you did hadiqa, it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, in chapter 6, hadiqa is introduced. So fil jannati, fil hadiqati, whichever you put is fine. Number 6, Isa did not return from Mecca and did not go to the city. How are we going to say that? Well, Makkah can never take the alif lam. Makkah, it's always going to be Makkah. Makkata, min Makkata. Alright, good. So, ma raja'a Isa. Isa did not return min Makkata, from Mecca. وَمَا ذَهَبَ إِلَى الْمَدِينَةِ, and he did not go to the city. Alright, so مَا رَجَعَ Isa. Who's the doer here? Isa. And where did he not return from? Mecca. And where did he not go? He didn't go to the city. Okay? So, number 1, مَا سَمِعَتِ الْكَافِرَةُ اللَّهَ ما خلقت الأرض إنسانا. Number 3, ما دخلت مريم المسجد. Number 4, ما خرجت فاطمة من المدينة. Number 5, ما وجد إبراهيم الرسول في الجنة. And number 6, ما رجع عيسى من مكة وما ذهب إلى المدينة. Any questions on exercise 5.4? You have a question? No question. Okay. Let's go to exercise 5.5. Translate the following into Arabic, making sure to write out all of the vowels and signs. So, like this. Where are Nuh and Isa? Good. أين نوح وعيسى? Right. And number 2. Where is the strong woman? She is in the large mosque. Good. So where is the strong woman? أين المرأة القوية؟ هي في المسجد الكبير. She is in the large mosque. Number 3. Where did she go? How do you say that? أين ذهبت? And then what's the next part? She went to the poor city. How do we say poor? I mentioned this in the beginning. فقيرة. Good. أين ذهبت? Where did she go? ذهبت إلى المدينة الفقيرة. Number 4. Where did Fatima hear that? Good. أين سمعت فاطمة ذلك? She heard that from the wealthy man over there. How do we say that? She heard that. سمعت ذلك. She heard that من الرجل الغني. What's الغني over here? Is it an adjective? Is it a verb? Is it a noun? What is this? Is it an adjective? It's a noun? Okay. What is it describing? The ghani. The word al-ghani is describing the man, right? So it's an adjective here. So what does that mean? The rich man. So سمع ذلك من الرجل الغني هناك. She heard that from the wealthy man over there. Well, she heard it, but what she heard, we don't know if it's feminine or masculine, so we were assuming it's masculine, right? Because if you were to think that she heard it, then we're thinking that we know that she's female, but what she heard, we don't know whether it's masculine or feminine. So we're assuming it's masculine. So if you're gonna put tilka, you have to put tilka in the first part of the question too, just to be consistent. Okay. Number 5. Where is Mecca? أين مكة? It is on earth. هي في الأرض. Okay, good. Number 6. Where did Allah create Adam? And then He created Adam in paradise. في الجنة. أين خلق الله آدم? Where did Allah create Adam? خلق, He created Adam في الجنة, in Jannah, in paradise. Okay, that's exercise 5.5. Any questions on that? No, because خلق آدم means Adam created. But Adam is the word Adam here is the object. It's maf'ul, right? Because Adam is the one who was created. It will be Adama, right? It'll take a fatha. If it took a dhamma, then it would mean Adam created. So the word with the dhamma after the verb is going to be the doer of the verb. Okay? So أين خلق الله آدم? Over here, look at the word Allah. What haraka is on the ha? Dhamma, right? Because Allah is the one who created Adam. So over here, Allah is the doer of the verb khalaqa. So that's why Allah, the word Allah has a dhamma on it. And Adama over here is the word that's being created. Adam is the one who was created. So that's why the word takes a fatha. Okay? Any other questions on exercise 5.5? No. Okay. Let's go to 5.6. Okay. Translate the following into Arabic, making sure to write out all of the vowels and signs. Number 1, the rich woman did not leave. So how are we going to say that? Don't look at the screen. Look at your homework and tell me what you wrote. Uh-huh. Okay. ما خرجت المرأة الغنية من المدينة أمس or بالأمس. Okay. You can use بالأمس or you can use MC. Both are correct. Okay. If you remember in the vocabulary, they said MC and they had a colon بالأمس. Okay. Any questions on that one? Yeah. ما خرجت المرأة الغنية من المدينة أمس. That means the rich woman did not leave from the city yesterday. Madinati. Always after min, that word's going to take kasra. Only in the Quran I've seen a word, for example, qablu. Right? In the Quran you'll see in some areas where it says min qablu, and min ba'du. Those are the only two words I've seen that have a dhamma after min. But other than those, and those are exceptions. They have other rules to it, which is not in our scope right now. But for right now, assume that every word that's not a diptote, for example, Makkata, right? Or Makkah, it can never be Makkati, right? It's always going to be min Makkata. Other than those words and those names, Fatima, Maryam, Adam, etc., the word is going to have a kasra or a kasratain. Number 2, did the student go to the mosque today? How do you say that? Well, with dhahaba we use what? Yeah, with the word dhahaba, what preposition do we use? Ila. We use ila. Right? 2. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, ila al-masjidi. Ila al-masjidi. And then when? We're talking about today. So al-yawma. Al-dhahaba or hal dhahaba? I wrote al-dhahaba. So both are correct. أذهب الطالب إلى المسجد or إلى المسجد اليوم. Did the student go to the masjid or mosque today? Yes, he went. نعم, comma, ذهب. Good. Alright, where is she? أين هي? Did she return from Mecca today? Huh? Remember Mecca. Remember the word Mecca, right? So, Mim Makkata al-yawma. Aina hiya raja'at mim Makkata al-yawma. And then, no, she did not go. No, she did not return. La ma raja'at.
Is that supposed to be connected? It looks like it's connected.
No, there's a space. There should be a space there. I guess that works too. La ma raja'at. Okay. The next one, number 4. He went to the city yesterday and she went today. How do we write that? Uh-huh. Good. So that means he went to the city yesterday. And how do you say she went today? وَذَهَبَتْ, or you're going to connect it, right? So وَذَهَبَتِ الْيَوْمَ. So he went to the city yesterday and she went today. All right. Number 5. Did Allah create Aisha yesterday. Aisha. What's on the tal marbuta? Are you sure? خلق الله. Allah is a doer here. Aisha ta. Right? Because the word here, Aisha, is the maf'ul. It's the object. It's the thing that's being created. So that's why it's taking a fatha. And then amsi, yesterday. And then no. La. Period. Next. Isa came back from the house today and sat down. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. وجلس. رجع Isa came back من البيت from the house اليوم today and he sat down. وجلس. Okay, that's entire chapter 5. Any questions? Yeah. Number 4. If there was a word after it that didn't have the alif lam, it'd be وَذَهَبَتْ. But since the word after it has alif lam and you're connecting it, and it has the 2 sukoons, so you're going to put the وَذَهَبَتِ, the kasra. That is by rule, you put a kasra. Yeah, that was a question that was asked earlier. If I'm not giving a sufficient answer, please ask Imam Mustafa, okay? Yeah, he has more in-depth knowledge than I. Way more. Way more. So ask him questions like these. These are very good questions.
I have a question on number 3.
Okay.
Is there a shadda on the meme on Makkah? Is it meme Makkah? Is it
There should be a shadda on me, yes.
on the meme, right?
Yeah, because you're connecting them.
Yeah.
Because you're connecting a mim makkata.
We don't pronounce it.
No, you don't pronounce the nun. Okay? I can't hear you. In lecture? I'm not sure if that's what you went over. That's another good question. Ask that also in lecture. When you have the Q&A with Imam Mustafa, just ask him number 3. Ask him about number 3 about the meme having a shadda on Mecca and why the noon is silent, because that might be something that he didn't go over and I'm saying right now. Yeah. And then call me out on it if I say anything wrong. I don't have a problem with that. Alright, so let's go to chapter 6. Let's review the vocabulary. So, religion. How do you say religion? How do you say garden? Well, from now on, chapter 6, we're going to start using hadiqa. Hadiqa. Okay? And then, how do you say tree? Shajara. Good. How do you say little or few? Qaleel. Good. How do you say dirty? How do you say good or better? Khair. And what do you use khair with? Right? Better than. How do you say great or magnificent? Azim. Right? How do you say clean? Nadhif. Nadhif. Okay? How do you say many or much? I'm sorry, what? Kathir. When we say tha, your tongue comes out in between your teeth. Kathir. Okay? And then proper nouns. Salihun takes a tanween. Salih is a proper noun, so it's going to be definite, right? You know how Muhammadun is a definite word? Salihun is also a definite proper noun. Hudun as well. Now Ismailu and Ishaqu are going to have the dhamma on it or a fatha on it. They're not going to take a tanween. Okay? Now, let's go over some verbs. Let's go over qareeb, which is? Right, and if you put qareebun min, nearby something, and then ba'idun an, right, using an with ba'id, which means far, distant. An, so ba'idun an, so you're going to use an with ba'id. An. An is usually used with words. The actual definition of the word is slipping my head right now. But when I do remember, I'll let you know. Okay? Yes?
So you're saying qareeb, that you're saying it should have the at the top, but it's not there? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he didn't put it there because this word has come before. The word in the vocabulary list, qareeb, has come before in other chapters. So in those cases, Imam Mustafa doesn't put the harakas because he should know it. So it has qareebun. Qareebun. You learned that as qareebun, right? How'd you learn it? Qareeb? Well, it has a tanween on it. Qareebun. Okay? So like how ba'idun has that tanween, qareebun also has a tanween. So using ba'idun with an and qareebun with min. Qad, laqad are words that emphasize, like certainly, indeed, verily. Inna also means certainly, verily, indeed. These are kind of synonyms. Liman, for whom, whose. Li, to, for, or belonging to. Okay? The word, the little particle li is also going to make a word majroor, meaning that the word's going to take a kasra or a kasratain, and if it's in a plural form, it will take a different form. We'll get to that later. But for right now, for example, the word mu'min. If we say lil mu'min, it's going to be lil mu'mini. Okay? So it takes a kasra there. Now, if the word is just mu'minun, and we add the li, it's going to become li mu'minin. Alright? We'll get into the exercise. I'm just giving you an overview. So let's look at example 1. هذا الكتاب صغير, which means what? This book is small. Okay, so number 6, exercise 6.1. Translate the following into Arabic, making sure to write out all of the vowels and signs. Number 1, that mosque. How do you say that mosque? ذلك المسجد, and then is big, is large. Kabirun, good. Let's take a minute.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على السلام حي على السلام حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Okay, let's go to exercise 6.1, number 2. Have you gone to that mosque today? So how do you say have you gone? أذهب or أذهبت? I'm sorry, أذهبت. Right? أذهبت. So the verb for you is going to be ذهبت. Alright? ذهبت, you went, and I'm asking, did you go? أذهبت. أذهبت إلى ذلك المسجد. Right. So why is the al-masjidi have a kasra on it? I can't hear you. I'm sorry. What? Because of the ila. The ila is still being carried on to the masjid there. Okay? You'll see it later on coming more. And even in the examples, we'll show you, inshallah. So, ذهبت إلى ذلك المسجد اليوم. Number 3. Where is that garden? How do we say that? So is it ذلك or تلك? تلك, right? Because حديقة is feminine. So أين تلك الحديقة? أين تلك الحديقة? I'm sorry, what? The garden? What about it? Can you say Jannah? You can, but this is chapter 6, we want you to use حديقة so that you can also learn حديقة. No, because we're saying that garden. We're saying that garden. If we say this table, this book, we say هذا الكتاب. We don't say الكتاب هذا. It can be this book. Ask Imam Mustafa about that as well. Okay? أين تلك الحديقة? And it is in the city. It is in this city. So we have to look carefully at the English here, right? So we're talking about a specific city. We're talking about this city. So هي في هذه المدينة. Okay, number 4. The teacher did not hear that verse today. ما سمع الأستاذ تلك الآية اليوم. Good. ما سمع الأستاذ تلك الآية اليوم. Good. Number 5. Allah created this thing and that thing. هذا الشيء وذلك الشيء. So خلق الله, Allah created هذا الشيء, this thing, and ذلك الشيء, and that thing. Number 6, that water is very little. Good. ذلك الماء قليل جدا. Do you know where did you guys finish chapter 6 last lecture? You finished chapter 6? Good. Let's go to 6.2, exercise. So,
can you put a lip after J and put Fatha on that?
on Jiddan? So where do you want to put the fatha on the ya? This is how it's written in the text, in the vocabulary, so just follow this format. Number 6.2, that pen is for the student. How do you say that pen? ذلك القلم للطالب. Good. So now what I was talking about before I started the chapter and you guys were kind of confused. This is where the li comes in, and since it's definite, right? It's the student, so that's why it's للطالب. Now if it was for a student, it would be لطالب. Okay? Number 2, the earth belongs to Allah. Al-ardu lillahi. Good. So the alif is omitted when writing the li. Usually Allah has an alif, but since we're putting the li, the alif is omitted. Number 3, whose is this book? Liman hadha al-kitabu. It belongs to Muhammad. How do you say it? Well, this is a book, so it's masculine. Huwa. Huwa, and who is it for? So, li Muhammadin. Liman hadha al-kitabu huwa li Muhammadin. Number 4, who does the house belong to? How do you say that? Yeah. It's Muhammadin because of the li. The li makes the word majroor, which means the word's going to take a kasra or a kasratain in this situation. Because we put the li. I'm sorry, what?
And the answer is it, maybe I can't see it right.
Let me enlarge.
It is.
Can you see better? Or do you need it? Can you see it now? Yeah? Okay. Sorry. Next time, just let me know if you can't see. I'm not looking back there, so I don't know what you guys are saying. So, li Muhammadin. Okay? And then, did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. The next one. Limanil baytu. Who does the house belong to? And then it belongs to Maryam. Huwa limanil baytu. Yeah, because the man it absolves the majrur. So the li limanil baytu. Okay? So the al-bayt is going to be it's going to have a dhamma on it. And then it is for, or it belongs to. How do you say it? Huwa li Maryama. Huwa li Maryama. Alright. No, it's supposed to be separate. Al-bayt is masculine. Yeah, but we're talking about the house. The it is referring to the house. Bayt is not feminine, it's masculine word. Huwa li Maryama. Number 5. The sign is for the believer. So how do you say the sign? And then how do you say it's for the believer? للمؤمن. الآية للمؤمن. Okay, now number 6. This fire is for the city. Good. هذه, because the fire is feminine. هذه النار للمدينة is for this city. Okay, and we'll stop here. Inshallah, we'll continue next week from 6.3. And we'll finish chapter 6 for sure. And we'll get into chapter 7, inshallah.